Councillor Mrs Trott's first point about how the date for this meeting was set. Of course, the date of tonight's meeting was an executive meeting, and of course the Leader of the Opposition should be present at every executive meeting, Councillor Mrs Trott, although sadly Councillor Whittle has missed every meeting since October, so he's missed 8 executive meetings, but it would have been expected that he or his deputy would have attended the executive, so I really don't accept that it was an unreasonable date to have set it when councillors would have been present anyway. And then the other point which I think takes correction, Mr Mayor, is that PUSH does not set and fix the housing figures. As I did point out, if the council had been listening, the spacious strategy is a non-statutory document. It is each individual local planning authority which sets its housing figures. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Woodward. Do any other members wish to speak? Councillor Swanborough.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Not really a question, but I would like to take issue actually with a couple of things been said by Mr Cunningham and Councillor Mrs Trott. You get the impression that the whole of all the residents of Fareham are absolutely against Welborne. I have to say that's absolutely not true in my ward, and I think there's a lot of wards where it's not right. There are a few people in some wards making a lot of noise, but I don't think it's universal at all. But I'd like to say again, coming back to what Mr Cunningham said, he did say that Welborne won't help affordable housing in Fareham. The truth is that housing will only become truly affordable when supply numbers exceed housing need. Welborne itself will not fix the problem. But if all authorities in the county were to refuse to build enough houses, as Mr Cunningham would like, the problem will only get much worse, and that housing will get more and more expensive and nobody will be able to afford it. No young people will be able to afford it. I suspect that Mr Cunningham lives in a house built on greenfield, once built on greenfield land. Most of us do. In fact, I don't. My house replaced an existing dwelling. But most of the houses in Fareham are built on land that was once greenfield, however long ago. We need development in greenfields. If we don't agree with these plans, all the green spaces in Fareham will go. Can anyone here in this room name one piece of greenfield land that does not have a developer wishing to build on it and which willing to submit a planning application, sure of winning its appeal if we refuse the application if we don't agree to parts 2 and 3 of this plan? I don't think anybody would say there is name one piece of land. I think Councillor Mrs Trott is, by voting to refuse this, is actually voting to destroy Fareham as we know it.
Thank you, Councillor Swanborough. Councillor Davis.
I'm not quite sure what we're doing. Are we, in fact, speaking in favour of adopting the Welborne plan? Or...
We are. That is
well, I want to do 2 things. I also got a question for clarification on item 10, which I would wish to come back to. The issue has been rehearsed so often.
Item 10 comes later.
Okay, so I'm speaking on item 9. Right, thank you very much. I'd like to support Councillor Woodward. I hope you all heard what he said. For the first time in history, 3 generations of a family each need their separate homes. People in their 20s marry, have families, while the grandparents are still alive. Now that is a new phenomenon, and that in itself requires more homes. The average rate of house price increases is 6%. The rate of inflation is 0%. You haven't got to be an economist to work out that prices rise when demand outstrips supply. When I was 25, a young teacher, in a slightly more expensive area than this, I was able to buy, my wife and I were able to buy our first home. If I was a young teacher today at 25, I would never hope in hell of buying a home anywhere in Fareham, because prices have risen beyond the reach of ordinary people in their 20s. And so that is another reason why we need to increase the supply. Nationally, we have an acute housing challenge. Both the last government and the previous government before that failed utterly to provide sufficient housing. Indeed, in 2010, only 125,000 houses nationally were built. We need 200,000. And the final point I would make is that, sure, you can get rid of Welborne. And what you'll be left with is the free for all for developers. Because planning inspectors will give permission on appeal to developers to build on greenfield sites all over the borough because Fairham have failed to provide sufficient housing land supply. And the paradox is that that would include Welborne.